Hello friends, কেমন আছো সবাই? It's a long days we have met since then and today we are going to start our first lesson. তো তোমরা আশা করি তোমাদের ভালো লাগবে, সবাই মন দিয়ে শুনবে. So let's begin. I will begin with weathering chapter. Students, we all know that over the earth we have many landforms. What are the landforms? There are mountains, plains, plateaus. These are the broad classification of landforms, and there are different other subclassification also. So all these landforms have been formed due to the two processes of earth. These are internal processes and external processes. So all these landforms have been formed due to these internal and external processes. What are internal processes? Internal processes we can't see, that happens inside the interior of the earth, and that's why it is not visible over the land surface. Like the volcanic eruption, when it erupts over the earth then we see, but when it originates inside the earth we cannot see it. And the earthquake. So these are some of the examples of the internal processes of earth. And what are the external processes? The external processes are different weathering processes, then the activity of temperature, then river, glacier activities, and these different landforms. So these are all the external processes. Today we are discussing the weathering. So first we have to know that what is weathering. Weathering is nothing but physical disintegration or wearing away of different kinds of rock over the earth's surface. And these wearing down of rocks takes place due to the natural agents. Now what are the natural agents? The natural agents means here the temperature, the river, glacier, wind. So these are the different forms of natural agents. They throughout the day and night they work upon the rock surfaces, and that's how it erode the rock surface and form different type of landforms. We have to know about the difference between weathering and erosion. What is weathering? Weathering, just now I told you that it is the physical disintegration of different rocks over the earth's surface, and after breaking of all the rocks, the broken particles that remains in the same side where it is broken. Okay, but due to erosion what happens? Due to erosion the natural agents like the river water, then wind, then rainfall, these agents carry all the weathered particles from one place to another place, okay, and deposit somewhere. Generally in the low lying ground they are deposited by the natural agents. So this activity is known as the erosion. Now for learning this chapter we have to know some important definitions also. First I am going to tell you what is gradation. Gradation is nothing but it is the driving force for which the weathered material are coming from the high land surfaces towards the low ground, okay, and that happens due to the gravitational force of the earth. So when due to the gravitational force of the earth different weathered particles they come and attracted from the high low ground towards the low ground of the earth, and that is known as the gradation. Next is the disintegration. Disintegration is the physical breaking of rock surfaces, that is due to some natural agents that I have already mentioned that. And next is decomposition. Decomposition is the included in the chemical weathering, that is decomposed due to some chemical reaction, and that reaction takes place due to the presence of different gases in the atmosphere and different minerals present in the rock, and due to the presence of water. So they react with each other and makes the chemical weathering. There are three types of weathering. What are they? The physical weathering, the chemical weathering, and the biological weathering. In the physical weathering only the breaking down of the rocks occur. There is no change of chemical components in the rock. In the chemical weathering, the rocks are decomposed and disintegrated due to chemical reaction. And in the biological weathering takes place due to the action of different roots of vegetation, some human activity, and due to the action of some burrowing animals who live inside the earth's surfaces, generally in the shallow surface inside the soil layer. So these are the three broad classification of weathering. Next, we are going to the next topic. So here are the different processes of the physical weathering: frost action, block disintegration, granular disintegration, and exfoliation. So I would like to explain one by one. First I will start with the frost action. This frost action, from the name you can understand that this is mostly prevalent in the mountainous and hilly region where the temperature is very low. And what happens, especially during the winter when the temperature is very low, during the day the temperature remains high, so it is above the freezing point. So what happens, the melting water from the ice and the snow that goes inside the fractures and joints cleans of the mountainous surface. All the mountainous surface, they are composed of hard rocks, and you all know that the hard rocks cannot be very smooth. There are fractures, joints, cleans, different types of hollows are there, small channels are there. So through all these the water seeps inside and it remains as water during the day. But as soon as the temperature falls down below the freezing point in the night, then what happens, this water turns into ice. And what happens when the water turns into ice? It is naturally 10% increase in volume. So the water, when turning into ice, it is due to its increased pressure, as it is increasing by 10% volume. So it is putting pressure over the rock surfaces, and that's how it puts the pressure over the rock walls, and due to that the rock walls, they get disintegrated or broken. That is known as the frost action. Okay, and those rock particles, they come down through the mountain slope and gather in the foothills of the mountain. Next is the block disintegration. This is also an action which is related with frost action. Now in the mountainous region again, then due to the breaking of all those rock particles over the mountainous land, the rocks which are composed of different type of particles which break blockwise, that means in rectangular form. So it breaks down in rectangular form and forms the rectangular masses, blocks on the rock surface, and this looks like something like that. Okay, this is known as they are forming the rectangular blocks due to the frost action, they are known as the block disintegration. Next is the granular disintegration. Granular disintegration that takes place in different places where the rocks are composed of different types of minerals together. Now in a rock, that is the rock is actually the aggregate of different types of minerals. In the rock there are different dark colored minerals as well as light colored minerals, and the dark colored minerals, they absorb more heat, whereas the light colored minerals, they absorb less heat. And during the day they absorb heat, during the night they radiate back the heat. Due to this, during the day the rock minerals get expanded, and during the night they are contracted. So especially in the desert regions, this is very active, and that's why due to the expansion and the contraction, rapid expansion and contraction during the day and night, the rock walls break down and the minerals, they get loose apart from each other, and the rock walls break down with different particles of small particles of pebbles, rocks of rock walls that break up, and they are gathered over the surface. That is known as the granular disintegration. The fourth process is the exfoliation. Exfoliation takes place when the rock surface is composed of homogeneous mineral layer wise. Okay, you have seen the onions. If you peel off one layer of onion, the next layer is exposed, and there are layer by layer in the onions that you can peel off. The same thing happens in different types of rock which are homogeneous, which are formed of homogeneous layer one after another. So these type of rocks take shape in circular after the weathering, and they are absorbing the heat over the surface of the rock. When due to the absorption of the heat it expands, and during the night it again cools down and contracted, and due to this the first layer get breaking off from the entire rock mass, and the next layer comes on the surface. In this way the rock is continuously breaking up and taking a circular shape. Though these all types of weathering, they do not take place in one day or 1 year. It takes thousands of years, millions of years. That's why a landform is finally formed. Okay, so these are the broad classification of different processes of mechanical weathering. Now let's sum up, and we will see all these processes in our slide. Students, for doing the physical weathering, I have referred to two textbooks. Frank Modern Geography for class 9, this is from Frank Bros and Company, and ISC Geography for class 11 by D.R. Kuller, that is from Kolani Publisher. So, weathering and associated landforms we have just learned. The physical features on the earth's surface are formed of different landforms, mountains, plains, plateaus, valleys, and they are all formed of the internal processes and external processes of the earth. And I have given some examples like earthquake, it is an internal process, and weather, rivers, they are external processes. What is weathering? Weathering is physical disintegration of rocks. That means that it is the wearing down or wearing away of rocks due to the presence of natural agents. According to these parts, weathering is the mechanical fracturing and chemical decomposition of rocks in situ. In situ means in that place only where the rock is located. See this slide, that volcanic eruption you can understand that it is an external process of the formation of landforms, and shifting of tectonic plates. Shifting of tectonic plates is of course an internal process, and glacial erosion, it is an external process, and rock disintegration is directly a physical weathering process. What is the difference between weathering and erosion? I told you in my lesson that when the different natural agents like the river, glacier, wind, etc. carry away the eroded material from one place to another, it is known as erosion. What is gradation? Gradation is the driving force behind the movement of materials from high to low areas due to the force of gravity. It carries the broken or eroded material from high to low area and form variety of landforms. There are three main processes of mechanical weathering. There are three processes of weathering: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. And block disintegration, you see that how the block disintegration look like, and they are fragmented in rectangular blocks. It is one of the physical weathering and it is more or less related to frost action. See the granular disintegration. Due to the granular disintegration, the different types of minerals present in the rock absorb different amount of heat, and that is why due to the expansion and contraction the rock is broken into fragments and small particles, they are gathered in the foothills of the mountain, foothills of that rock mass. And in the exfoliation process, I told you that exfoliation is mostly seen where the rocks are mainly composed of homogeneous minerals, okay, and they are separated from the main rock mass layer by layer due to the exfoliation process. See the frost action, the different fractures and joints over the mountain wall, and for that they are already present in different mountains, and through those channels and fractures the water seeps into, and in the night when the temperature falls below the freezing level, then it the water turns into ice, and due to the expansion in volume the rock mass gets the pressure, and that is why the rock wall is fragmented in different small particles. Next is the biological weathering. In biological weathering, there are different actions. First, I am going to tell you the animals and the insects which live under the soil layer. They are called the burrowing animals. The insects like the termites, then snakes, lizards, they stay inside the soil layer and they come out and again go inside the soil layer, and that is how the small spaces are formed over the soil surface, and that is how the rock mass is disintegrated due to the rapid action of the burrowing animals. And the roots are another agent of the biological weathering. You see that the roots penetrate into the rock mass under the soil layer and it put pressure over the rock mass, and when the roots become very thick, it goes inside the soil layer deep into it, puts pressure over the rock mass and disintegrate it. And some human activities are also responsible for the biological weathering, like the mining, quarrying, then drilling inside the ocean level also, that also creates the biological weathering in over the earth surface as well as under the sea level. Students, after revising this chapter, you will solve this question. I am giving you some sample questions and they are on basis of reasons. Give reasons for the following: change of temperature leads to physical weathering, human activities encourage weathering, climate is the most important factor of soil erosion. Try to answer them and do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you all. বাংলার স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য বলি, আমরা আজকে আবহবিকার পড়েছি। আবহবিকার ভূপৃষ্ঠের একটা উল্লেখযোগ্য প্রক্রিয়া, আর এটা একদমই প্রাকৃতিক প্রক্রিয়া। এর মাধ্যমে পৃথিবীর গঠন, ক্ষয়, ধ্বংস আর পুনর্নির্মাণ হতে থাকে। আমেরিকার ভূতত্ত্ববিদ বা জিওলজিস্ট গ্রোভ কার্ল গিলবার্ট তিনি প্রথম এই ওয়েদারিং শব্দটি ব্যবহার করেছিলেন। আবহবিকার বা ওয়েদারিং প্রধানত তিন প্রকার: ভৌত বা যান্ত্রিক আবহবিকার, রাসায়নিক আবহবিকার এবং জৈবিক আবহবিকার। ক্ষয়ীভবন আমরা আগে একটু জেনে নিই, ক্ষয়ীভবন কাকে বলে। আবহবিকারের মাধ্যমে প্রস্তরশিলা ক্ষয়প্রাপ্ত হয়, চূর্ণ বিচূর্ণ হয়, এরপর বিভিন্ন প্রাকৃতিক শক্তি যেমন জল, হিমবাহ, বায়ু ইত্যাদির প্রভাবে ওই প্রস্তরশিলার টুকরো ও ধূলিকণা ভূখণ্ড থেকে অপসারিত হয়। এই পদ্ধতিকে ক্ষয়ীভবন বলা হয়। নগ্নীভবন ও পুঞ্জিত ক্ষয় ক্ষয়ীভবন প্রক্রিয়ার একটি পূর্ব পর্যায় হলো পুঞ্জিত ক্ষয়। মাধ্যাকর্ষণের প্রভাবে ক্ষয়প্রাপ্ত প্রস্তর চূর্ণগুলি যখন ভূমির ঢাল বরাবর অপেক্ষাকৃত নিচু জায়গায় স্থানান্তরিত হয় তখন তাকে পুঞ্জিত ক্ষয় বলে। আমরা ইংরেজিতে এটাকেই গ্রেডেশন বলি। আবহবিকারের ফলে প্রথমে প্রস্তরখণ্ড মূল ভূপৃষ্ঠ থেকে আলাদা হয়ে যায়, তারপর সেটা ক্ষয়ীভবন প্রক্রিয়ার দ্বারা এক স্থান থেকে অন্য স্থানে স্থানান্তরিত হয়, একে নগ্নীভবন বলে। তাহলে তোমরা ভালো করে পড়ে রেখো সব। আবার দেখা হবে কেমন? ভালো থেকো, আর লাইক, কমেন্ট, শেয়ার, সাবস্ক্রাইব করতে একদম ভুলবে না কিন্তু। So students, I hope that you have understood the lesson and enjoyed it, and I think that you will revise it again in your textbook, and what is your problem, you can let me know that through your comments, and please subscribe the channel, comment and share. Thank you all.